All right, everybody, we are back. Before we do anything else, go ahead, hit subscribe, join the Crypto Kid Army. New videos coming out every single day. Today, we're looking at 5 cryptos that might just change the world. What do we mean by this exactly? Essentially, we're looking at these boom or bust cryptos, the ones whose goals are bigger than anyone in the industries, but just aren't quite there yet. But if those ideas do come to fruition, even on just one out of these 5 projects, and all of us go ahead and buy them, now, before these projects see their full potential, the sky is the limit for where these investments can go. So, without further ado, timestamps are going to be in the comments. Let's get into Project 1, VeChain. VeChain has a market cap currently of $5.1 billion, billion with a B. Fully diluted market cap, $6.8 billion. So going ahead, what is VeChain exactly? We're going to be popping in and out of the slideshow here. Understanding VeChain. So VeChain states that its goal is to build a trust-free and distributed business ecosystem platform to enable transparent information flow, efficient collaboration, and high-speed value transfers. So you guys can go ahead and pause if you want to read the rest of that. But scrolling down further, I thought this was the most interesting part of the article here. This is how VeChain could be used in real life. So they give the example that that platform can be used to track quality, authenticity, storage, temperature, all these neat statistics. And they do so by applying these sensors from the protocol, and all of this data is immediately communicated to the stakeholders. So super neat technology, just an incredible concept, really. Now I'm not sure if it's actually can be put into practice yet, but this is what we're talking about, guys. We want to find these projects that are trying to do these insane things, and then if any of them actually click, boom, our investments go crazy. So moving forward, another example that they give is that the VeChain platform could enable automobile owners to own their data and use it to negotiate better terms and policies with their insurance companies. So I assume with this is like good driving, following the speed limits, everything like that. You give it to your insurance company, you're like, hey, look, I'm not driving like a crazy person. Can we negotiate these deals better? Stuff like that. So things that you wouldn't even think of on a daily basis that could be coming in the future. So moving on, that's VeChain. Obviously, I love this coin. This coin has a lot of attention. Obviously, the market cap's already relatively high, but it's one that's kind of relatively untapped in the real world. And I think that the more real world utility that it sees, people are just going to start to realize what a great project VeChain is, and it's been around for a while, so people tend to trust it. So moving on, we're looking into Dfinity. This is ICP, Internet Computer Project. So market cap of 6.5 billion, fully diluted is 15.6 billion. Now that's rather high. The circulating supply is nowhere near the max supply, which is slightly concerning, but that'll even out as time goes on. But essentially ICP, now this is probably one of the crazier ones. If I'm being honest, they probably have the biggest goals, and they've kind of been made fun of in a sense by the community for making all these crazy statements without quite having the technology to back it up yet. But anyways, this is a blockchain-based decentralized network intended to provide a limitless environment for smart contracts and other decentralized applications to run at web speed. By using Internet Computer Dfinity site advocates, developers can build everything from mass market tokenized social media platforms, so you could see literally the next Instagram being built on this platform. They can build an entire DeFi ecosystem on this platform, and even extend Ethereum-based dApps, all of which can be done at web speed at a fraction of 1 million times or more of current computing costs. So just phenomenal. You love to see these statements, and now you just hope that the people behind Dfinity can go ahead and back it up. And as for the website, super impressive. I mean, it just looks phenomenal. So definitely well engineered. Looking forward to where this project can go. I think it's worth just grabbing a bag. I mean, what's the worst that happens? Honestly, just a phenomenal idea. But moving forward, we have basic attention token. So this is connected to the Brave browser. If any of you have that, I use the Brave browser every day, which some of you might be able to tell. Market cap is only 1.6 billion, and the fully diluted market cap is just $2 million higher. So basically, all the circulating supply, is almost at maxed out. So that's obviously a good sign. You're not going to get dumped on, and you don't have to worry about the amount of tokens in the ecosystem just rocketing up one day or whatever. So it's good to know what you're working with in terms of supply. That's obviously a plus. But as for what basic attention is on its own, it's basically the token that is going to reward creators for their efforts online, as opposed to the traditional the way we're doing things right now. So moving on, crypto and DeFi, they're saying are hard to use, and the $330 billion digital advertising industry is failing users, publishers, and advertisers With Basic Attention Token and Brave, they want to take crypto to the next billion users and solve the endemic inefficiencies and privacy violations hobbling the digital ad industry. And the best thing here, 30 million monthly active users, 10 million daily active users. So I've seen famous people like Joe Rogan even using this site. So it's definitely caught fire, and they say it themselves. It makes BAT one of the most, if not the most successful altcoin projects to date. So utility for the token itself, which is what we're going to be investing in, is honestly at this point I'd like to see more utility for the BAT token itself. But the concept is phenomenal. I mean, basically, you're taking you guys have probably seen the YouTube advertisement to get onto this video, and Brave and BAT is basically going to totally reverse engineer the process of that, where a lot of that money from watching those ads can go back into your pocket. It can go back, and creators like me will get more money. You guys will get money. We'll all be able to reap the benefits. And sites like YouTube or like one of these other platforms, those will be the ones that are giving up more slack and more leverage. So obviously a lot of big tech is not going to be for Brave and Basic Attention Token, but that's why people like us have to recognize what a great idea it is and kind of put our full support into it. So I think this is another just phenomenal bag. So moving on, we're looking at Audius, market cap of 750 million, fully diluted 1.5 billion. This is one we've talked about quite a bit on this channel. Basically, to sum it up for you guys, if you have Apple Music or if you have Spotify or Pandora or any of these other music streaming sites, a lot of the money that should be going to the artists is just going back into the pockets of those companies and the people behind them. Audius is looking to change this by creating a decentralized music platform where the money can go directly into the pockets of creators. You don't have to sign a record label or anything like that. You can just instantly get published and begin to monetize your content, which is just a phenomenal concept, and it's for all the right reasons, which is just great news. And they have partnerships with Katy Perry, the Chainsmokers, if you guys know any of their work, obviously mega stars. So I mean, there's a lot of money behind this project. There's a lot of very credible, famous people in the industry behind it. So this is one that I just absolutely love. If you don't have a bag of this one right now, you're crazy. Just the leader in the music space right now for crypto, and it's not even that close. So moving on to the last coin. This is, you guys know, one of my personal favorites. It's a newcomer. It is OutcomeX with a market cap of only $300 million, fully diluted under 500 million. This one is going to completely change the way we think of loans. And if, and this is a big if companies start to utilize OutcomeX, it is going to change crypto as we know it. So one thing I like to think about a lot with OutcomeX is what big tech, I mean, not just big tech, big companies in general like to say about crypto, or very, very rich people like Mark Cuban like to say, oh, go ahead, take 1 to 5% of your portfolio and put it into Bitcoin or buy some Ethereum or one of these big coins. Well, that's obviously they're hinting by saying that crypto is super risky, and this investment, although it might do well, might also do horribly. Well, then you consider throwing OutcomeX into the mix, and you can go ahead and you can basically say, okay, I'm going to put $100 into this protocol, and I'm going to take out a loan of $50. So some of you might be wondering watching this, why would I take $50? Why would I get $50 for putting in $100 to a loan? Shouldn't a loan allow me to get more money? Well, no. That's kind of what they're changing here, is that the $100 you put in, you're not directly, I mean, that is the collateral, yes, but what happens to that 100 is that it goes to work for you to pay off that loan of the $50, so that when it comes time to get your collateral back, you're not gonna have to pay back the 50 either. Your money is literally going into a Yearn vault. If you guys know Yearn Finance, it's going into one of their vaults, and it's working for you to earn rewards to start paying down that loan that you're taking out. So super, super neat project. There's no liquidations. Your only debt is time, they say. And the other neat thing about this is that if you take out a loan, and what I was saying there was that, I mean, companies can go in, take out a loan of sorts, don't have to worry about that money that they're putting up as collateral, and then they can go ahead and invest that $50 or $50 million or whatever it is into crazy high-risk projects, and then leading into what I was saying just now. Once those projects start to bloom, or maybe they don't bloom, but let's just say they do, you can just go ahead and pay off that loan at any time and get your collateral back. You don't have to worry about waiting for years. You're not locked into it. You can pay it off at any time. So when it comes to high risk investing, this is just changing the game completely. And I just can't help but love the project. So once again, just a total game changer. Could change the way that we think about investing in high risk assets at that. So anyways, guys, that's gonna round it up for my top 5 cryptos that might just change the world. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my picks. If you have any thoughts on this concept, I'd love to know. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.